Hello everyone, let's continue with our series. For the lecture number 20, we will be understanding scope, local and global variables. Alright, let's begin. What is scope? A scope defines where a variable can be accessed or modified within the program. Alright, it helps control the visibility and lifetime of variables. So what is scope basically? Scope is basically it is used to define the areas where a variable can be accessed or modified in a program, uh, and basically it means the part of the program where you are able to access a variable and manipulate it or modify it. Let's learn more about it. Global variables, these are declared outside any function or block. These are accessible throughout the entire program, including the inside function. Alright, if you want to modify a global variable inside a function, you must declare it as global within that function first. Alright, then we have the local variables. For this, they are declared inside a function. They are only accessible and valid within that function. Alright, if that's a local variable, it will be declared inside this function, and if you want to access it, you can only access it within that function itself, not outside the function. It is created when the function starts and destroyed when it ends. Alright, since it's a local variable, it begins when the function is starting and it is destroyed when the function ends. Local variables with the same name as global variables override the global ones within the function scope. Alright, so when you have a global variable and it has the same name as the global variable, it will override the global one within the function scope. Alright, within the function area, the area where it is allowed or where it is permitted to access the variable and modify it if required. Why scope matters? It prevents conflicts between variable names. It keeps the data protected and limits unintended side effects. As you were able to see that scope has local and global functionality. So if you define a function within a local scope, then you are very free from the conflict it could have from the global scope outside, right? Because since it is only available locally, it is not to be able to conflict with the global scope, right? Or the scope with the global functionality. This is why the conflict is reduced. It keeps the data protected and limits unintended side effects. As I already explained you, in the same manner it protects the data itself. It helps organize code into manageable sections, as it includes like things like improving the clarity, flexibility, you know. And finally we follow the rule, LEGB rule. It is Python's scope resolution. What does it say? It says local variables defined inside the current function and closing variables in the local scope of any enclosing function. Then we have the global, where variables defined at the top level of the module or declared global. And lastly we have Python built-in names like print or len. Alright, so that was all for this video. I hope you were able to understand. Thank you for watching.